It's open. He testified under oath and perjured himself. He perjured himself over and over and over and over again. This was without any stretch of the imagination. It was like I was fighting the prosecutor and the judge. It was like I'm taking on two parties at the same time. The judge and the prosecutor. It was very bizarre. Very bizarre. GoFundMe. Huge, worldwide, giant. It's like Google, right? This is so big. My investigator was going to testify that this page with Shire Jamali's name on it. 5-year-old. The kid's 9. 5-year-old. $340,000 he raised. The judge would not let me show it to a jury. Sorry. The judge would not let me show it to the jury. Okay? And if you go through any of you right now can go online right now, and they're just like, you can't authenticate this. You can't lay foundation. This prosecutor is telling the judge, oh, how do we know this is real? How do we know this is real? So anyone can make this up. You can go online right now, today, right now, go on that page, unless they run and take it down, scroll down. He has an open GoFundMe. He said on the stand he does not. He lied and lied and lied and lied. This entire thing's a shakedown. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. The prosecutor should be ashamed of himself. The judge should be ashamed of herself. I had a battle here for 4 days on a stupid misdemeanor, disorderly conduct. This is nuts. This was crazy. $340,000. Nope, can't show the jury. 5-year-old. The kid was 9. His name's on it. Can't authenticate it. Still open account. So we're going to appeal it. We will appeal it. We have so many appellate issues, I don't even know where to begin. Judges screaming at me during the trial. Judges interrupting me every time I want to make a record. Judge says to me, Mr. Corrales, you keep wanting to make a record after I ruled. This is crazy. Most rulings during a trial by a judge are made during the trial. And then when you take a break, you make a record, right? You take a break, you make a record. I kept asking. If you're in there and you watch the trial, I kept asking, I need to make a record. I need to make a record. She'd get upset, run in the back. Get upset, run in the back. Your Honor, I need to make a record. It started piling up. All these objections started piling up. Your Honor, I need to make a record. I need to make a record. She'd run in the back. I'm like, Judge, we got to make a record. This is insane. This isn't law. This is a circus. This is monkey court. This is nuts, right? You make a record. The judge should come out and say, okay, I made my ruling, Mr. Corrales, what is your record you like to make? I try to make a record. She interrupts me from the beginning, right from the start. Every time I tried to make a record, she interrupts me. Every single time. Every single time. I'm like, Your Honor, I'm trying to make a record. That's what we do as lawyers, right? I don't know if the lay people or the people in the community understand this. The way trials work is judges make rulings during trial. We don't want to interrupt the trial to make a record every time someone objects and there's a ruling. So when there's a break or you go to lunch or at the end of the day, you make a record. She wouldn't let me make a record. If you're in there, you heard it. She'd talk over me. She'd interrupt me. Wouldn't let me make a record. Over and over and over again. Why? She didn't want anybody to hear what? They didn't disclose the name of Shire Jamali until Monday. The first day of trial. No, I'm not done.
Sorry.
Until the first day of trial, they didn't even disclose his name. Think about that. A jury trial in the United States of America, I didn't get the name until Monday. When we started the trial, until Monday. And then my investigators do a record check. Then we uncover, oh my God, he's got this GoFundMe. $340,000.
Mr. Corrales, a couple of things.
Sure.
According to the court, you agreed to those free trial terms about not getting the witnesses beforehand and...
Did not agree to it. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I thought I was coming down here to try a free speech case. You all saw the video. I thought I was coming to Rochester to try a free speech case based on the video. Then it took on an entirely different, it just turned, right? Mr. Jamali takes the stand. Wouldn't answer any question I asked him. He sat there like this. Oh, I don't understand. He looked at his interpreter. I don't understand. I don't understand. Over and over and over again. When the prosecutor asked him a question, he had no problem through the interpreter understanding. Never had a problem understanding. Not one time. I put the detective on the stand. Detective, did he ever have a tough time understanding you? Never had a tough time understanding him. Never had a tough time. Not one time did the detective have any problems understanding. You were in the jury room, or in the trial. You were in the courtroom. You were in the courtroom. You're in the courtroom. He acted like he didn't understand any question I asked him. Every single question was like pulling teeth. It's like, huh? Well, it went on and on and on. This is a fraud. This whole thing's a fraud. The cameraman? The cameraman. By the way, let's make something clear. They didn't convict him with the child. Your headlines can be about the child. No, they convicted her on the video with the cameraman. The disorderly conduct is about the cameraman. Right. And from what I understand about the cameraman, he has a GoFundMe. And his GoFundMe, hold on, his GoFundMe is he died. He has a GoFundMe that he died. Give money to the cameraman who died. And from what I understand, he's well alive. This whole thing is fucking bullshit.
Mr. Corrales.
This is a fraud. This is a fraud upon the community. The courts are now part of this. Keep going. Come on, bring it on.
Mr.
What else?
Corrales, what about Miss Hendrix' Give, Send, Go, where she got, from what I understand...
Don't care. Not part of the trial. That's not part of the trial. She's charged with a crime. I don't give a shit about what she raised. There are free speech advocates all around America that are tired of this shit. And they gave her a bunch of money because they're tired of this shit.
You suggested that Jamali was testifying for money during the trial, that he was doing this for financial gain.
Okay, I'll give you another one. Okay, you ready for this? You ready for this one? He pretends he doesn't speak English. We have him on fucking video, on camera, pictures, sitting out right where you people are sitting, talking to the prosecutors. The two prosecutors talking to him right where you're sitting. No interpreter. Talking for minutes. No interpreter. No interpreter. He speaks English, folks. This is a fraud. But keep going. Let's go. What else?
I got two follow-ups. One,
yep, keep going.
I was wondering.
And you're not going to put in your paper or whatever thing you're part of. You're all part of the shakedown. This media is BS bullshit. Then print the truth. Print the truth. The judge refused to allow the jury to see the GoFundMe page. Print the truth.
You said...
print the truth.
Of course, sir. You said earlier...
Print it.
I will do so as soon as I can ask you some questions.
Do you know
Can we first talk a little bit about your conduct in the courtroom? You were a little combative at times, and you spoke to the jury.
I'm taking on a lot of BS. So.
Yeah, and you spoke to the jury, and you were talking about how passionate you get.
Yep.
You know, when you talk
and
about
if you were in trouble, you would want me.
Would you let him ask the question?
You're not going to tell me what to do. If you want to tell me what to do, go over there.
And so when you were trying this case, it seemed like this was pretty frustrating. Is this kind of par for the course when you defend someone?
No. This is the most unprofessional circus I've ever been a part of.
Another question. I believe Mr. Jamali's first name was Sheree.
Whatever it is.
That earlier?
Don't care. You can correct it. I don't know.
Well, no, I was just wondering if you had caught it earlier.
Oh, did I say it wrong? Print that.
No.
I said his name wrong.
I was just...
Go with that one.
What? I was just wondering...
Did I say Shire? I didn't say Sheree. Print that. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No. It wasn't an accusation or anything. I was just wondering if you had noted that.
Yep.
The other thing, you said that you were going to be filing an appeal for
Absolutely.
This. How soon do you plan on filing
There
an appeal?
are so many appellate issues. This was one of the craziest trials I've ever seen. I would text colleagues of mine, lawyer friends of mine, tell them what was going on. No one could believe what was going on. This is insane. This is insane.
Is there anything else you think we should know or that people should know about
the prosecutor pretending he never saw the GoFundMe page in Rochester? From what I understand, I'm not from here. I didn't know anything about this. Everyone knew about this. And he's arguing that this is authentic? Okay.
Was it?
Oh, okay. If this is not authentic, the GoFundMe page isn't authentic, he argued. We don't know where this came from. The judge says, oh, anyone could have made this up. Anybody could have made this up. Really? Okay, go with that. Write that one down. Ask the community, because they're going to laugh at you people.
That was,
They're already sick of the media. They're tired of it. They don't believe anything you people say. They don't believe anything you people print. Yeah, go with that.
that was one of the issues in the court, was an argument over just courtroom procedures and courtroom rules. What was your perspective on kind of getting shut down a few times when you were trying to introduce that evidence that the judge and the prosecutor
The judge
said
said
that
Rule
you were-
901 of the Rules of Evidence only applies to prosecutors. You were there. I mean, come on. Come on. Look it up. Do a little Google search. Do some work. Learn the law. Do an actual job. You're in the media. Look it up. Rule 901. Judge, that's a prosecutor's rule. No, it isn't. No, it is not. That rule applies to both sides.
Did your client show any remorse after getting out of the courtroom today regarding the statement by the NAACP president about the impact that this incident had on the community as a whole? Not
You asked me this before. This is for you people. This is a clown show. The community. The community doesn't give a shit. Okay? I'm voir diring the community. Half the people in the jury room are like, when I'm voir diring them, why are we here? What is this about? Why are we, what's going on? You asked me this before, like, oh, what about...
I did not ask you that
No,
before.
last interview you said, oh, what about the community? Like, how has it affected the community? There is such a tiny percentage of people that drive this stuff now. Your cancel culture, you write this stuff, let's make it go viral. You're all part of the same sickness, right? Oh, how do we get hits and clicks? And you're dying. You're dying. Your news organizations are literally dying because nobody believes you
So what
anymore.
about the fact that Jake
Hold
Lang
on.
was there on
I
Monday?
asked this jury in this trial, who here believes the media anymore? Who here looks at the media and go, I don't know what to believe. I don't really trust any of these people
But what does
anymore.
the media
They all
have to
raise
do
their
with
hand.
this? What does this have to do with
Because
the media?
all you look for are hits and clicks. You're going to cut this in a way that benefits your hits and clicks, and you're dying. You're just dying. You
But
guys
this
are
case has
you
nothing
guys
to
are
do with the
dinosaurs.
media.
Oh, keep going. It does. You're not going to give anyone an honest shake. You're not going to do the research. You're not going to look up Rule 901. You're not going to press the prosecutor. You're not going to press the judge. You know what you're going to press? Whatever woke shit you can come up with. That's what you guys push. Woke shit. Over and over and over again. Do your jobs. Investigate. Maybe learn something. Be fair. Have you ever thought about that? Fairness? Try it. Try it sometime.
Were you ever concerned at all about the judge's warnings over contempt of court or any
Sure,
sort of
as she
sanctions?
screamed at me in front of the jury, that will be on appeal. Yeah. Judge's decorum, screaming at a lawyer out loud in front of the jury. Yeah, I was concerned.
She claimed you implied that the court was dumber than a law student.
Didn't say that. She said that. She said that. Yeah. Weird, right? She said that, not me.
Anything else you think we your people should know?
Do your job. Be better. Be better. Be more fair. Get rid of your woke shit. That's what I would say.